So I want to start with where Alexis left off. Is a retired FBI supervisory special agent who worked as a profiler on the Ted Kaczynski case, a.k.a. the Unabomber, as Alexis just said. Luigi Mangione once posted about Kaczynski's manifesto online. What is your take, James, on any sort of mirroring, comparison?
Well, Harris, first of all, thanks for having me. Second of all, he's far from the first person to be an acolyte or a follower of some sort of Kaczynski. Kaczynski didn't have very much at all of a dating life. He actually was engaged while in prison to a woman. And people have written him nonstop back in the day until he died about a year and a half ago. So this is not the first time someone has sort of subscribed to his philosophies. However, he's one of the first people of which I am aware that actually carried out any sort of violent actions, in this case, a homicide a week ago in New York City. So, yeah, the word of Kaczynski 25, 30 years later is metastasizing. A whole new generation is picking up on some of the logic and theories and ideology of his, which, by the way, was never original to Kaczynski. Jacques Ellul, a French philosopher from the 1960s, wrote a book. Kaczynski plagiarized in his manifesto much of what is there, and many of these killers today are plagiarizing what Kaczynski and others did after that, including Mangione here.
In your experience as an FBI profiler, what can we maybe look at with this current assassin suspect right now in terms of just the change from what people say they knew that Alexis was just reporting on, what I've been reporting on with his mom and the missing persons report? I mean, he sort of pulled away 6 months ago.
Yeah, we profilers looking at cases like this where it's sort of almost a Walter Mitty type character with a fantasy life. Something happens, some stressor, it's real or perceived, and of course even a perception to someone who is not mentally all there becomes reality. And something in the last 6 months, I know he had back surgery, he's been in some pain. I'd be curious to know what kind of meds he was on, what kind of, is he a marijuana smoker? I mean, overboard? Is he any other kind of drugs? Someone said something about mushrooms he maybe have experimented with. I don't know. And I'm not giving him any excuses, but there also may be some deep mental health issues here too, that I'm sure once the defense team gets on board with him, they're going to want to do a psychoval with him to see if that's a possible explanation. But for right now, it's not real clear.
James, thank you for your time.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.